Family, today I want to speak to someone who feels like life has knocked them down so hard that getting back up feels almost impossible. Someone who has been carrying the weight of a mistake, a failure, a loss, or a season that didn't go the way you hoped. Someone who has quietly wondered, can I really start again? Does God still have anything left for me? Let me tell you right now, yes, God is not done with you. God is not finished writing your story. And no matter how far you've fallen or how long you've been stuck, you can begin again. The Bible is not a book of perfect people. It's a book of people who fell, people who doubted, people who ran, people who broke things, and God still restored them. Listen to this. Adam and Eve fell. God covered them. Noah's world collapsed. God gave him a new one. Abraham doubted. God still made him a father of nations. Moses murdered. God still used him to deliver Israel. David sinned. God still called him a man after his heart. Jonah ran. God redirected him. Peter denied. God restored him. Paul persecuted. God transformed him. If God can begin again with them, He can begin again with you. Let's look at Peter for a moment. Peter wasn't just a disciple. He was close to Jesus. He walked on water. He saw miracles. He boldly declared, "Lord, I will never leave you." But when pressure came, when fear rose, when the moment got heavy, Peter denied Jesus 3 times. Publicly, loudly, shamefully. And after that, Peter did what many of us do when we fail. He went back to what was familiar. He went back to fishing. He went back to the old version of himself. Because shame always tries to send you back to the place God brought you out of. But Jesus didn't leave Peter in his shame. Jesus didn't replace him. Jesus didn't say, "I'm done with you." Jesus came to the shore, cooked breakfast, and restored him with one simple question. Do you love me? Not, why did you fail? Not, why did you deny me? Not, how could you do this? Just, do you love me? Because God restores us through relationship, not condemnation. And the same Peter who denied Jesus became the same Peter who preached on Pentecost, and 3,000 souls were saved. That's what God does. He takes the place of your greatest failure and turns it into the place of your greatest purpose. Let me bring this closer to home with a real-world example. There was a man who built a successful business for 20 years. He worked hard, sacrificed, provided for his family. But one bad partnership, one wrong decision, destroyed everything. He lost his money, his home, his confidence. He said, "I'm too old to start again. My best years are behind me." But slowly he began again. He took a small job. He rebuilt piece by piece. He learned from his mistakes. He trusted God in the process. Today, he owns a company bigger than the one he lost. And he said something powerful. Losing everything was the best thing that ever happened to me, because it forced me to discover who I really was. Sometimes God allows something to fall apart so He can rebuild it the right way. Why fear starting again? People don't stay down because they're weak. They stay down because they're afraid. Fear of failure. What if I fail again? But what if you succeed? Fear of judgment. What will people think? People don't think about you as much as you think they do. Fear of the unknown. Starting again means stepping into uncertainty, but faith lives in uncertainty. Fear of disappointment. I don't want to get my hopes up. But hope is the oxygen of the soul. Fear is loud, but God is louder. Fear says you can't. God says, with me you can. Today, I'm speaking courage into your spirit. Courage to take the first step. Courage to forgive yourself. Courage to release the shame. Courage to trust God again. Courage to begin again. If you're still breathing, God is still building. If your heart is still beating, your purpose is still alive. And if God woke you up this morning, it means He still has a plan for your life. Your story isn't finished. It's restarting. If this message spoke to you, if you feel God pulling you into a new beginning, I want you to take a step of faith. Pray, reflect, reach out, start again.